Hey there, buddy. So today, I want to dive into the fascinating world of jagged lists and list comprehensions in Python, specifically tailored for a burgeoning tech enthusiast like you. Python, as you likely know, is super powerful when it comes to handling lists and arrays. Let's kick things off with jagged lists. Imagine you've got a project where data comes in varying lengths. Like, one of your CSV files might list details for 2 people, but another might have 10. That's when jagged lists shine, allowing you to neatly store data with different row numbers into a single structure. First things first, creating jagged lists in Python is super straightforward. You simply declare lists of lists, and boom, you've got your jagged collection. Here's a little snippet to get us warmed up. Python names is equal to ages is equal to now. We're talking about joining arrays based on common elements to manage this jagged nature, often using list comprehension. Remember, this can get tricky when you are dealing with data of differing lengths. Speaking of which, let's chat about list comprehensions because, honestly, they can make your coding life a lot easier and your programs a lot tidier. List comprehensions allow you to generate lists in a very Pythonic, one-liner friendly manner, which is great for tasks like transforming data, filtering datasets, and more. The power comes to full display when dealing with jagged lists as they allow for concise and readable code that handles each subarray individually. Let's say you want to take ages from our earlier list and transform each inner list to a string. Here's the traditional way Python stresses is equal to. However, with jagged lists, we're smarter. We use a nested list comprehension that checks the sublist sizes to avoid out-of-index errors. Python stresses is equal to, but not everything is roses and rainbows. List comprehensions, even when used judiciously, can impact performance, and with jagged lists, there's this added complexity with varying lengths to consider. Plus, with list comprehensions, there's the risk of forgetting to handle sublist sizing or skipping elements that can turn a tidy script into a real headache. It's all about striking that perfect balance. Now, let's not forget about the beauty of iterating over jagged lists using nested loops. Loop through each sublist and perform operations. Sure, it's more verbose, but it offers you total control and flexibility. You can easily integrate conditions that you may not be able to with comprehensions, or just prefer not to overextend those sweet, compact lines of code. But hold up a second, before we wrap things up on jagged lists and list comprehensions, let's briefly chat about using libraries like NumPy, which bring their own efficient techniques for handling jagged arrays. Libraries like pandas may also come in handy for reshaping and handling mixed data, providing more robust tools beyond Python's core capabilities. And of course, with great power comes great responsibility, and here it's about reading and writing to files. Picture this, reading data from a file, manipulating or filtering that data, and writing the results back. Here's how that looks with the jagged list in play. Python with open as f, for line in f, name, asterisk ages in map, line.strip.split print. Efficiency checks should always be a priority. When working with lists with millions of elements, make sure your approach minimizes memory usage and processing time. Remember, jagged lists can have different row counts, which adds an extra layer of complexity to performance optimization. Profiling and monitoring are your best friends here. Alright, enough of my rambling. Before I leave you to conquer the jagged list and comprehension world, one last thought: practice makes perfect. So, I highly recommend working with various datasets, tweaking list comprehension syntax, and honing your nested loop skills. As you practice, You'll get a feel for when to leverage list comprehensions that feel natural and when a good old-fashioned loop is the way to go. I've got to bounce now, but I'm pumped for you to apply and experiment with all that we've talked about. And remember to keep it simple, stay curious, and always code clean. Hey, if you are hungry for more Python insights, check out my latest tech essays at TechLab, where the bits and bytes begin and the code comes to life. Subscribe to my channel, and let's keep the digital dialogue going. Till next time, code on. Vertical bar final_thought vertical bar visit neeraj.qzz.io and don't forget to subscribe to TechLab. Globe with Meridian's personal computer left pointing magnifying glass.